Hey, this is John from StubGroup. We are an agency that delivers profit-focused digital marketing, and we're also a premier Google partner, and we've helped thousands of businesses fix Google suspension issues and stay compliant with Google policies. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So specifically, Google Merchant Center. I'm going to walk through a story of how we recently fixed a suspended Google Merchant Center. The account was suspended for misrepresentation, and misrepresentation is by far the most common reason that we'll see for suspended merchant centers when businesses reach out and hire StubGroup to help fix their problems. There's not a lot of different kind of policy reasons that Google gives for suspensions. Misrepresentation is kind of the big catch-all for all sorts of things. Sometimes you'll see counterfeit goods. Sometimes you'll see like a website needs improvements, and a couple other things, but usually it's misrepresentation. So I'm going to tell you again this story. This is one thing that we found. There's a host of different things, reasons that we find for misrepresentations that we get to fix. But in this particular situation, it had to do with the kind of online reputation of the business or lack thereof. So it was a relatively new business. They started their business. They're going to use Google Ads to sell product. They're going to use Google Merchant Center to run PMAX and shopping campaigns, and they get things set up, and then the Merchant Center account gets suspended for misrepresentation. And so they appeal with Google, and nothing happens. It stays misrepresented, so to speak, and then they come to a StubGroup, and we start working with them, and it took some time to really figure out and get to the core of the issue. Because again, Google doesn't really tell you what the core of the issue is. They give you a couple things that might be an issue that apply to every single suspension. It's not nuanced to you. And then you got to go figure out what might the problem be. So we did a number of things. First of all, we made sure the website was perfect from a policy perspective, had all the right policy pages, had the right information, it had the right logos, it had the right documentation, so forth and so on. And then we appealed, we worked with Google, but Google just wasn't having it. And eventually we got to the point where there was no longer the option to even request a review within the Google Merchant Center account. Google said, hey, we're not going to let you request reviews anymore. And so the question was, hey, is this a permanent problem? And is this a permanent suspension? And what else can we do to try and fix this problem? And so not to spoil the story, we fixed it. We got them back online, and I'll explain how. So again, this is a new business, doesn't have much reputation online. And one of the things that we know that Google likes to see is information, third-party sources about a website, because there are so many fly-by-night operators, so many drop shippers that don't have an intention of fulfilling product that are just popping up all over the time, setting up Google Merchant Center accounts, and then creating a bad experience for customers, ripping them off, scamming them, etc. And so Google has tons of policies and automated flags and things in place to try and catch these things and say, we're not sure that you're a legitimate business. You're going to really have to prove it to us. Otherwise, we're not going to let you advertise. And so in this case, we worked with the client to strategically, essentially build out their online presence through different platforms, through different review programs, through other things, to create a footprint for Google to see, hey, this is a legitimate business. We don't just have this website. There are social media profiles. There are, review programs being used. There are other things that are linking back to this website that Google can see and say, okay, these guys actually are legit. They're not just fly by night, and we should give them an opportunity. And so it was a combination of, again, making sure everything was perfect from a policy perspective, as well as creating that footprint for the client, and then working through some workarounds that we found for situations when that request review button is not available, that we were able to get this ad account, or I should say get this Merchant Center account back online, which was, it just felt really good. It always feels so good when we are successful for our clients. We get that adrenaline rush of, all right, we did it. We got you back online. Now we can actually work to run your ads and make you successful through advertising. But it's kind of like a court case, winning a court case. And hey, you're out of jail with Google, and now you can go forth and run your business as normal. So if you are experiencing a misrepresentation issue, whether it's a situation like I described or something very, very different, we would love to help. If you need some help, reach out through StubGroup.com. Let's talk about your situation and see how we can hopefully get you back online with Google. So thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.